Afternoon. So I want to talk to you today about a topic that I'm very passionate about and I believe will help contribute to your success in college. I was not necessarily the type of student or child that you would look to and say, she is going to be a president someday. I was raised by parents who were low income, and when I was about 8 years old, we were evicted from our apartment. My parents separated, and when they separated, we went on to live with my grandparents in a different neighborhood. As a child, I had fantasies of growing up to be the first woman to play Major League Baseball. I was really good. But the reality is, I just wanted to live a better life than my parents. So what did that mean for me? For me, it meant that I could afford the rent, I would have reliable transportation, and that I would be able to go to college because my parents did not have a chance to. In fact, my father only had, he dropped out of high school, so he didn't even complete high school. But if you ask me, what contributed to me becoming a better student, going on and graduating from college, and working my way up to be president of this great institution, I would tell you simply one thing: mindset. This is my superpower. You see, I had a belief that if I worked hard and I continued to address the challenges that were put in front of me, that I would be able to continue to do better, to grow, to learn from my mistakes, and eventually achieve success and happiness. In the research, Dr. Carol Dweck is a Stanford professor, and she did research with thousands of students to essentially understand how they approach challenges. And what she found is that there were essentially two types of beliefs that students had: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. The students that had a fixed mindset was a little bit like your eye color. You're born with your eye color, and you're going to die with the same eye color. There's nothing you can do. It's just, it is what it is. It always will be the same. She also found that some students had a growth mindset. And the growth mindset is a little bit like a muscle, where if you want to change the composition of your muscle, if you want to make it bigger, if you want to make it smaller, you have the ability to affect the composition. You can control the change that you want to have within that muscle. So she found that students either saw the abilities that were fixed or that the abilities that were flexible and adaptable. So I want to share with you a couple of thoughts that might run through someone's head that represent a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So if you have a fixed mindset, you're thinking that failure is the limit of your abilities. You can't control anything, you were born with certain disadvantages, you're going to have those disadvantages. When you're frustrated, you tend to give up. That you look at it as either you're good or not. Like, again, there's nothing within your ability to actually change it. With a growth mindset, someone has a belief that failure is an opportunity to grow. That with that information, with that experience, that you have a chance to then do better next time and continue to grow. Challenges are looked upon favorably. That they welcome challenges because they recognize that it's an opportunity to learn new things. And that they like to try new things and that they view the feedback as constructive. Again, that it's designed to help you succeed. So I want to give you a couple of examples of people who have a growth mindset. So, first example, he was cut from his high school basketball team. Who am I talking about? Michael Jordan. Very good. He was fired from a newspaper for not having enough imagination and lacking original ideas.
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney, very good. She was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't a good enough fit for television.
Oprah.
Oprah, very good. He was fired from the company he founded.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs, very good. He wasn't able to speak until he was about 40 years old. His teacher said he would never amount to much. Einstein. Very good. Now I'm going to ask you, what does your story say about you? You've had people that haven't believed in your abilities at times. You've had circumstances where you weren't succeeding at something. How have you reacted in those moments? When you look at any one of the people that we just went through, I'm thinking by all accounts you would look at them as successful. Yet from those quotes, you realize that there's times that they experienced failure, that there are times that people doubted them, there's times that they were not sure that they would be what they wanted to be. So why are they successful? And why are some other people not? Some of this is related to growth mindset. You see, they all had a belief in what they wanted to accomplish, and that if they worked hard and they overcame some of the challenges that were put in front of them, that they would grow and be better as a result and continue to work at things that eventually they would succeed at whatever their goals were. You see, Michael Jordan wasn't particularly talented inherently. He worked at that. He wasn't born a genius on the court. Obviously, he was cut from his basketball team. So there were times at that moment that I doubt you would look at him and you would say, that guy's going to be in the NBA. But he believed that if he continued to work at the feedback that he got, that he would be able to be successful. So the question is, how do you respond during times of challenge? Because we all have them. Something to think about. So when you think about the mindset, fixed versus growth, a lot of this has to do with your own self-talk. So what are you telling yourself about your abilities in that moment? When you're challenged, when you feel stretched. So, growth mindset. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, I'm going to fix this. All right, I can do this. I want to learn. I can try. You see, this is all about effort and opportunity. Fixed mindset is focusing on a mentality that I quit, or I don't care, or it's too hard. What are you telling yourself during times of challenge? So I want to do a quick exercise with you, and I'm going to put up a couple of phrases. I want you to introduce yourself if you don't already know your neighbor sitting next to you. And I want you to talk about how you switch these sentences that are fixed mindset sentences into a growth mindset statement. So take a moment, introduce yourselves, and then talk about a few of these sentences. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to talk through a couple of these sentences. And you can see here that there's a couple of ways of reframing things in terms of how you think and respond to situations. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, ask yourself, well, what am I missing that I have to learn? That I just can't do math. Well, I'm going to train my brain to be able to take on this new information. I made a mistake. Reminding yourself that mistakes are okay, that they help us to grow and learn. So you might be asking yourself, why is the president talking to us on day one about failure? And the reason is that when times are good, you're doing great. You're riding cloud nine, you just aced your test, things are good. But are you here to stay the same, or are you here to grow? My guess is that if you think about yourselves in 2 years, you want to be a better version of yourself than you are today. That, in order to get there, you're going to get stretched and challenged along the way. You're here to learn new things. You're here to improve upon what you know and your preparedness for work and life. You're all here for a very different reason. Some of you might be here for a very positive reason, like you graduated from high school and the next step is college, or you have a positive situation and you're just looking to make the situation better. Others of you might be here for a different reason, like you lost your job and you have to develop new skills or get retrained, or you want to make a career change. Doesn't matter what the circumstances that brought you here, but you are here and you're on a journey. And I want to remind you that we have an entire college of faculty and staff that have your back here. We have plenty of resources to help you succeed. But if we're doing our job, we're going to be challenging you. We're going to be having you think about new aspects of yourself. You're going to be here to grow. You're going to meet new friends. You're going to learn new material. You're going to have aha moments in terms of exploring different career fields. There's going to be a lot of transformation that takes place. And it's important that you realize that you have an entire college that is behind you. Every person here has a growth mindset about your capabilities. They see the success stories every day. They help students navigate some of the barriers. So when you run into some challenges or you're feeling overwhelmed, make sure that you reach out to your faculty, to some of the staff. We've got a ton of people here to help you out. I want to, in 2 years or so, see you at graduation. Have a chance to shake your hand as you walk across the stage at commencement, and you think about what you were able to accomplish as you explore your journey in your next chapter, whether beyond there you're looking to transfer, or you're looking to go into the workplace, or change jobs. But either way, it's going to be an exciting journey. I hope you're excited about being here in college, and I look forward to seeing you in the hallways. In the meantime, have a wonderful orientation. Take care.